Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN1120. I've had a lot of requests for this, and I've also been fortunate enough to have somebody semi-local that has gone and checked this car out that was gonna buy it until started diving a little deeper. And so we'll get into that here in just a bit, but just kind of a cliff notes. This has good bones, but it's gonna take some money to get it right, and you have to get it at the right price. So let's dive into it. This is a 1J2 Liquid Platinum 2016 with LA30 red interior at BMW of San Antonio, Texas. 105,000 miles. Originally it said call for price, and then they said 45,000, and they've lowered it to 43,000 at this point. So it looks like it's been pretty much it started life as a Florida car, and it's been pretty much a Louisiana car its whole life. Basically since 2017 to 2026, Louisiana car. And it's like Denham Springs, so it's northwest of New Orleans, kind of southern part of Louisiana. Production statistics: 152 out of the 2,347 cars for the US 49 were liquid platinum. Of those 152, only 49 cars had LA30 red interior, so that's 2.09% of all of the production was this color combo. 9 out of 10 for rarity. It is pretty rare to see a liquid platinum silver car with red interior. Most of them had black interior. 2016 specifically, 115 out of the 1,417 cars were liquid platinum. Of those, only 36 had LA30 red interior. So this car at its rarest is one of 36, definitely on the rarer side for color combinations. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. Carfax shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car. Green flag there. Epic VIN shows this as a 1-owner, no accident car. Definitely not a 1-owner. It was sold L certified. May have been the dealership that owned it first, but it was titled, and then it was registered and titled a second time. AutoCheck shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car. So I think it's safe to assume this is most likely a 2-owner, no accident car. The second owner, as I said, Louisiana, and has owned it pretty much since 2017 through early 2026. So like the last 9 or so years, this person has owned it. So not quite a 1-owner car, but you could almost consider it that. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale in March of 2016, $87,000 in Florida. It was still for sale in September of 2016, of which it finally sold. So about 6 months for sale from new, but that person only owned it for about 3 months and 3,000 miles, not even 3,000 miles. They lost $10,000. It was back up for sale, L certified, in December of 2016 with 3,000 miles, as I said, for $77,000. After Christmas, they dropped the price to $70,000. January of 2017, they dropped the price to $67,000. So $10,000 off when it was originally sold, and then another $10,000 off from the MSRP until it finally sold in March of 2017 for, it looks like, $67,000. So 3 months for sale, dropping the price another $10,000. So at this point, this car's basically new, and it's $20,000 off of the MSRP. And if you've watched these videos, you've heard me talk about it. These cars did not sell very well when they were new because they were very expensive for what you got. The market liked these somewhere around the low 70s, and this is pretty evident. So $67,000 for a 1-owner, 3,000 mile car when it was basically still brand new. And then that's it. Then now, here, March of 2026, $45,000 is what it was originally after you call for price. You call them, they said 45,000, 105,000 miles, BMW of San Antonio. So now onto the photos. Originally, when this car popped up, there were no photos available. I would likely assume that they were doing some reconditioning. Now there are photos, and it pretty much confirms everything I would have figured. It's basically, the exterior has some dents and dings in it. It does not have paint protection film on the front, so there's chips and little things like that. The carbon fiber on the front bumper is chipped and delaminating. The carbon fiber on the trunk lid, on the rear spoiler, it is delaminating as well. The carbon fiber trim on the interior, the left and right front dash piece, the center console, and the left and right front doors, all 5 of them are delaminating. And very common. If you're gonna replace them, you're looking at $10,000 to $12,000. If you're gonna send them to SMA Fabrication, of which I have a discount code, All Things F, not a sponsor, you get 10% off your order. If you send them to them, he will redo them and they will not delaminate again. for a few $100s and not have to worry about it again. Also on the interior, the seat looks pretty dirty. It needs a very in-depth cleaning for the driver's front seat, but the notes that I'll get into here in a minute, it has the bolster is torn as well, so it's got some damage, but it is repairable, but that's just something else of note. So back to the outside, you can tell right away that it needs brakes. You can see a pretty deep lip on the front and rear rotors. You can see kind of a shiny lip around the inside and outside edge of the rotor where the pad makes contact. So it needs brakes. Plan on doing brakes all around. It also needs tires. Speaking of the pictures, I have notes from the technician that went through this car at the dealership. The tires are at the cords. So it needs tires. It's a safety issue. It needs brakes. It's a safety issue. They also noted that it's low on coolant. What do we know about these cars if they're low on coolant? Valley plate leak. And of course, this car is leaking at the valley plate. They noted that there is dried coolant, evidence of dried coolant all along the back or side of the engine. And another thing is the valve covers were noted as seeping. So the valve cover gaskets on both sides are leaking. That's not a super inexpensive job, but it can be done DIY. The gaskets, including the 8 spark plug holes, you're looking at about $100 for the gaskets, and a few hours of your time to replace it. If you're anything slightly mechanically savvy, you can do it yourself. It's not very difficult. So that brings me to the price. This car, originally $45, now $43. You would have to get this in order to make sense. If it needed nothing else, if the carbon fiber was sorted, the valley plate was sorted, it had new tires, new brakes. Remember, these cars always need brakes and tires when they come up for sale. But if it needed nothing and it was ready to go with 105,000 miles, this car would be like a mid to low 40s car. So like when they originally priced it at $45,000, that's probably a pretty fair price if it was sorted. Now, factor in tires. What are 4 Michelin Pilot Sport tires? $1,600 plus install. Then you're gonna get an alignment. Brakes all around. If you do it at the dealer, it's gonna be $3,000 to $4,000. If you do it DIY, $600 to $800 using Brembo parts, OE parts off of Rock Auto. So the carbon fiber, that's not something that immediately needs to be addressed, but if you replace that, instead of getting it refinished, that's $10,000+. But let's say you send them to SMA fabrication, call it $1,000, and then the carbon fiber sorted. You have the seat to repair, a couple $100 max, or you replace the part and that seat back is about $1,200. Leaking valve cover gaskets, as I said, that's another thing, and of course the valley plate. So if you put it all together, tax, title, license, and all of that needs to be done, you're looking in the area of like $53,000, $54,000 for this car out the door, ready, sorted, and ready to go. At $54,000, there's plenty of other options that usually will pop up that are pretty well sorted, ready to go, albeit the market is slim pickings right now. There's not a lot available. So that is something to keep in mind. So from my point of view, this car is like a high 30s or somewhere around $40,000 car for it to make financial sense. It is an accident-free, one long-term owner, but it's a 2-owner car, Southern-driven car, and it has 105,000 miles on it. So it has good bones. It just, you have to know going into this, you're gonna have to spend quite a bit of money. And immediately, brakes, tires, valley plate, and valve cover gaskets. Those would be the 4 big things. But then after we get through the service history, you'll see you're probably gonna wanna do some other things too. So now on to the service history. This car is almost exclusively dealer serviced, which is also great to see. There's a couple like Take 5 oil changes, things like that, but for the most part, this car has been exclusively dealer serviced. And so that's another thing you'd love to see on these cars. So the first entry of note is July of 2017. The door was squeaking and the driver's front door is squeaking, very common, either pops or squeaks. If it squeaks, it's the seal. If it pops, it's the door check. Well, they went ahead and replaced the door check, or they ordered it. October of 2017, the sunroof seal was noted as coming off, but they just resecured it and did not replace it there. So you may have rattling or something like that later on that happens to all these cars. If the sunroof's rattling, the seal's like 40 or 50 bucks. If you go to the dealer, they'll charge you about $200 to replace it. November of 2017, they replaced the door check and they noted that it's still making noise on the left front door. You may have to replace the hinge, but they did not do it there. They said they couldn't do what they needed to do there, so it was still making noise. Plus a rattle that was reported that they couldn't duplicate. April of 2018, the JLB recall, that's the high pressure fuel pumps. Good to see that's done. January of 2020, the KLG, also known as the 19LE05, a customer service campaign was done. That is the GPS location. So if like you're on the main highway, it may show you off on the side road or something like that. It resolves that. This car's had that done. June of 2020, a new windshield, OEM I would assume, at a cost of $1,537. December of 2020, at 65,000 miles, the 60,000 mile service. So that's another thing you want to see. It's done a little late. It doesn't say whether or not the spark plugs were done, and some dealers do it, some don't. So that, would be something if they have the service info. I would always assume worst case unless you prove otherwise. So assume the spark plugs have not been changed. July of 2022, they noted that the drive belt was making noise, and so they had to order the part. That was at 81,000 miles. The next service, also in July of 2022, they came back, replaced it, and they got a quote for the carbon fiber trim delaminating on the interior. So obviously that was not done. They probably got a quote and said, we're in shock. What do you mean it's $13,000? Well, this stuff is not cheap for the interior parts, but fortunately we have an aftermarket alternative to get it refinished. June of 2024, 95,000 miles, the front shocks were making noise and were replaced, along with the left front door lock actuator, common issue on these cars, so good to see that's done. And they note that it needs tires soon and it needs a windshield. June of 2025, 100,000 miles, the 100,000 mile service. So basically on these cars, the 100,000 mile service is just replacing the coolant, maybe the brake fluid, but it's just a pretty in-depth service along with an oil change, and it was done here. And they replaced the windshield through the insurance company, and they noted that the front and rear brakes are red, which means it says at 3 millimeters, 2 millimeters is where it touches the sensor. So no difference than with this car now with 105,000 needing brakes. It needed brakes 5,000 miles ago and it still was not done. They also noted that the tires were at 430 seconds and 630 seconds. I don't know which is which, front or rear, but 230 seconds is bald, 430 seconds, 630 seconds, it needs tires. And it noted that they declined the service there. Overall, this car, it has good bones. It has lots of green flags. It just needs catching up on service. So what is not done? The ZLZ, the dash, that is the cracking, deforming, sticky dash. Lexus covers it 10 years from the in-service date. The in-service date on this car is September 9th of 2016, so you have until September 9th of 2026 to get the dash replaced if it is sticky. This car's been its whole life in the South. I would not be surprised if it's sticky. If it is even the slightest, take it to your Lexus dealer, get the new dash replaced. I would always check the front lower control arm bushings, which means look at the insides of the front tires. It should be very evident, especially if this car needs tires, that if it has worn front control arm bushings, you would see it on the tires. Expect to do that. The valley plate has not been done. We know it's leaking. So expect to put $2,000 to $3,000 aside for that. Or if you have an independent mechanic do it, $1,500. Or if you're DIY, you can do it for about $300 in parts. So that's something that needs to be done immediately. The valve cover gasket's leaking. That can probably go for a little while before it becomes a big issue, starts dripping onto the exhaust manifolds and smoking. But that is something that will need to be addressed. If you do it at the dealer, they'll probably charge you in the area of $700 to $1,000. If you do it at the same time that the valley plate's done, you may save a little bit of labor because some of the stuff is already off anyway. The carbon fiber trim, as I said, but the big thing is just the regular service. Do the transmission service. I don't see where the transmission has been serviced, and expect to do spark plugs at 120,000 miles. If they weren't done at 60, they need to be done now, but they will need to be done again at 120,000. Transmission service, as I said, the TVD, torque vectoring differential, no evidence of that ever being done. So the TVD on my blue car, it was always inspected. The fluid was inspected, which I don't know how you inspect it other than just looking in the fill hole with a scope or something, but the fluid was inspected and wasn't changed until 150,000 miles, of which it definitely needed to be changed. Here's a picture of what first came out. It was pretty nasty. This car is probably no different. There's no harm in going 100,000 miles on the differential, but I would definitely get it serviced right away. Same with the transmission. Full fluid drop the pan, replace the filter, and you know, there's a lot that needs to be done on this car, so that's it. Would I buy this car? Yes, if I could get it cheap enough. And for me, the price would be somewhere around $40,000. If you pay more than 40, 41 for this car, you're probably paying too much. And you know, that's my thought on it, and I'm sticking to it. If you want to bring it up to snuff, you're going to be in this car well over $50,000 with tax, title, license, maintenance, brakes, tires, valve cover gaskets, valley plate, everything else. There's a lot that needs to be done on this car. So that's what I've got for you, VIN1120. I hope that helps somebody. If you bought this car, I hope you got it cheap enough. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.